Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Shreem Brzee session today. We are going to review all the Powertimes, Shreem Brzee specific, for the month of May. Please create your questions. I will get to them after the presentation. So I'll first go through all of our Powertimes and then we'll get to your questions, but definitely answer them because I do love spending time with you all and addressing what's going on for you. So I'm going to share my screen now and move into our PowerPoint. All right, here we go. For May, we are sharing moon phases, stars, planets, different times of the month that will enhance or can enhance your abundance when you access this energy. I love Powertimes. They give us an opportunity to know like what to do when. So let's start from the top. That is our moon phase that starts on May 1st, which is a really opportune time. So it's very interesting that the energies of May actually start on a waxing phase of the moon, which means that we ended April on a new moon. And so we move into that more abundant nature of that time. It is a period of growth. And what's particularly interesting about this is that May is full of Powertimes, specifically having to do with Shreem Brzee, with wealth consciousness. So what a good affirmation that we're starting out the month on the first moon that is waxing, that is growing, that is moving into growth. And there's several specific once a year Powertimes that we get to access during the month of May, which I just think is fantastic. So getting back to our energies. So from May 1st through May 15th, waxing. It is growing, growing, growing till we get to the abundant full moon on May 15th, which is several Powertimes in that moon phase, which we'll get to, but it's incredible. Next, we have the most powerful wealth day of the entire year is happening in May. So remember how I said May is just full. It's full of abundance. And so May 3rd is this beautiful time. It's called Akshay Tritiya. It is the third moon phase during a particular month in Tamil month that holds the energy for what Dr. Pillai calls invincible wealth, non-declining wealth, ever increasing wealth. So sometimes we can get wealth and then we'll lose it. But this day symbolizes the day where you cannot lose. It is the energy of Lakshmi, where she is bringing forth her, where you see here, the bowl of abundance. There's all kinds of auspicious items in what she's bringing us. And so on the day, you can read more about the beautiful mythology around it, the different archetypes. What you would need to know from the basic standpoint is that this is the day. It's May 3rd in the US. Check your calendars, but it's the third waxing moon phase, wherever you are. That energy is when it begins and ends. And what you want to do on this day is extra prayers, pujas, offerings. If you're not into different rituals or ceremonies, simply be prayerful, be mindful. There's a tradition in India to buy gold, purchase gold, because what you do on this day ever increases. So if you want to have gold come into your life, right, this is the day where you want it to happen, because it'll symbolize that it'll continue to grow for you, continue to be abundant. Okay, so be abundant inwardly and outwardly. Give of yourself, be happy, be joyful, right? Have that be something that ever increases. And then bring material goods into your life. Do anything auspicious on this day, okay? It's a day when Kubera, the banker of heaven, and Lakshmi are given special powers by Lord Shiva. And this allows them to bless with this incredible wealth. So it's a celebration for both Lakshmi and Kubera and all of her glory, all of her glory. So one of the things we're doing at Pillai Center is hosting a meditation. Dr. Pillai last year coined the phrase World Wealth Day for Akshaya Tritiya. It's World Wealth Day, a day where all things can be abundant. So we're hosting a meditation and a fire ritual on this day. And you can see the link. There's a link below this video where you can participate. So I would highly encourage, if you would like to really do something significant on this once a year, probably the most powerful wealth day of the year, do something for yourself, right? Participate in this meditation, in the fire ceremony. And if you can't do that, then at the very least, be able to sit in meditation, do some extra prayers and offerings to the goddess. So can't emphasize enough, this is a big, big day. We have been continuing to help you prepare, wanting to help you pull more Shreem Brzee into your life in a variety of ways. So this is what you're leading up to, okay? So big, big day. Next, we move into the fourth moon. So we're still in our waxing phase of the moon. The fourth moon happens twice per month, May 4th and May 18th. This is the day where Ganesha, the obstacle removing god, he is our beloved Ganesha with the elephant head. He is among several different cultures, and he brings forth what people call luck. And luck really means having a clear path, right? If you look at people who have been successful and say, oh, they're lucky. Well, yes, they probably worked hard, but maybe they have some good karma, and that means things happen easier for them, right? And so Ganesha removes the obstacles, making it easier for you. Now, if you had to walk down a straight path with no, cars running through in front of you, or logs falling in your way, or, pits in the road, they would be easy. It would be easy and flat and straight without obstacles. Ganesha removes them. So good day to be asking him to remove obstacles for anything that you want in your life that you're moving towards, that you want to create, attract. His mantra is Om Gam. Very easy, so you can repeat that several times throughout this day, May 4th and May 18th. Mother's Day. So Mother's Day is celebrated all over the world. And some may say, yes, it's a manufactured holiday to sell things. But it gives us an opportunity to give gratitude for not only our earthly mothers, but our divine mothers. These divine mothers are blessing us and showering us. These are the goddesses, and they are always mothering us. Whether they're protecting us and warding off demons, or they're coddling us and comforting us when we're in pain, or they're simply motivating us and pushing us forward, right? The goddess energy is a very moving energy, not the still energy of the god or the male. The goddess energy is creative. So here's the goddess, or the mother, who's with us all the time. And we celebrate her here in, Shreem Brzee, but all around the world, they're celebrating the mother that is incarnated as your birth mother. So if you love the goddess, you love Shreem Brzee, you love all goddesses, let's say, now you have an opportunity to map that onto your human mother. And whether she is alive or not, still honor her, worship her, gift her. If nothing else, if you can't gift her anything physical, gift her your love and your attention on this day. We want to bring into our focus the beauty of the Divine Mother and your physical mother. The 11th moons, they happen the May 11th as well as the 25th this month, the day of Vishnu. It is the day of the month for Vishnu. Vishnu is Lakshmi's consort, her husband, her other half. Shiva Shakti, male, female, yin yang. They come together to protect us, sustain us, give us things in this world which help us exist. What are they? Their health, their wealth, their happiness. Okay? All these blessings come forth from true Lord Vishnu and Goddess Lakshmi to help sustain us on the planet. So we want to use these days to honor these archetypes and ask them for their blessings. The mantra you would use is Om Namo Narayanaya and Shreem Brzee. 13th moon. So this happens May 13th and May 27th. Karma clearing. What prevents you from manifesting is your current mindset and karma. Your mindset, otherwise known as your karma, is what's keeping you on your current path. So that is whatever it is. Look around. Whatever you have is your karma. What's in your bank account, what your relationships look like, what house you live in, what car you drive, what career you have. It's what you've created that is manufactured in the form of your identity, your belongings, your life situation. That's your karma. If you want more of that, you continue down your current path. Easy as that, right? If you want to go beyond that, then you need to be clearing out some of the vibrations, sound waves, habits, thoughts that have created what you currently have. Not saying all of what you had is bad or want to let it go, but the parts that you want to let go, this is an opportune time to focus in on those and ask for the divine to help to dissolve them. This is the time, twice per month, this particular moon. And when this moon phase falls on sunset in your time zone, even more powerful chunk of time, an hour to an hour and a half before sunset, wherever you are, is the most potent time to be doing any type of prayer or ritual around karma removal. I did a webinar on it. You can watch that. There's lots of different techniques. The simplest techniques is chanting Brzee or Shreem Brzee at the throat, focusing in on what it is you want to remove and focus, and then put your attention on the throat, chanting Brzee or Shreem Brzee, and asking for that to be removed, released, let go, so that you can focus on something bigger and better. Full moon, I said I would get to this and that it would be really powerful. The full moon of May is a very significant one because it's what we call a double power time, specifically around the sun and the moon, which makes it even more potent because what is happening is that the moon is full. We know this to be the most abundant time of the month for the moon's energy. And the moon brings us this abundance, beautiful, glorious light that is shown on it. Where's it shown? Where is that light coming from? The sun. The sun will have just moved into Taurus, the second house of the zodiac, which signifies wealth, financial gains, okay? So the sun moved into the second house in Taurus, which signifies wealth and financial gains. The moon is also full. So these two together make an incredible double power time that you don't want to miss. When the sun moves into a fixed sign in astrology, it happens 4 times a year, and that is called Vishnupati. It means it's fixed. It is a time that is more significant for wealth creation. And that gives us this pointed focus, the ability to have this pointed focus for an entire month, because the sun is staying in Taurus for about 30 days. So that whole month is holding the energy of what we're able to give us more power, energy, ability to focus in on bringing wealth forth. It's an opportunity, right? It's like walking into a part of the house that's just conducive to meditation, right? You'll just want to meditate. You meditate easier there. It's like, that's what this is. So when the sun moves into different houses in the zodiac, they have different energies, qualities about them. And so the sun is there, it magnifies and pushes out that blessing of that particular house. And this particular house is financial gains. So total perfect time to be focusing in on how and what you want to do for financial gains. And that starts on May 15th, and it'll go through the middle of June. So abundant energy, sun and moon, and it just so happens that it's Vishnupati. Vishnupati is that day that the sun moves into Taurus, and then the full moon is also that day. We decided to take advantage of this amazing, incredible time of the month and of the year to provide you with a 9+ hour silent retreat for Shreem Brzee. Dr. Pillai a couple months ago asked me to put something together, and it just so happened that this worked out perfect, and the timing is perfect for us to be using this entire day for a 9-hour immersion into meditation, rituals, exercises like journaling, contemplations, and darshan, energy receiving. So I'll talk more about that later, but I did want to let you know that we are planning something amazing for this day. If you're not joining the silent retreat, there you can still participate in a 1-hour meditation plus the full moon fire lab, which happens every month on the full moon. And that is part of the Wealth Powertime events program. May 16th, Honorada Star Day, is the star of wealth and purity, and it is for both Lakshmi and Vishwamitra. A birth star carries the energy of particular qualities, right? And there's 27 of them, and everyone's born on a star, whether you know it or not. And Vishwamitra and Lakshmi were both born on this particular star, so it's perfect. And we celebrate it every month and allow this energy to just permeate us, bless us. But we have to reach out first, right? You have to reach out to God, and God will bring it back to us. So on this day, you reach out to Vishwamitra, to Lakshmi, and just offer your prayers, offer yourself. You can do special rituals at home, hydrate your yantra or statue, which means just pour water and or milk over top. Do extra meditations and chanting. Now we move into the waning phase of the moon, which starts from May 16th and goes through the end of the month, May 29th. Waning is the releasing, the letting go. We've kind of done the abundant part. We've peaked at the full moon, where we're going to be in our 9-hour retreat. And then we move into the release and letting go. And there's not a good and bad. It's just a cycle, right? You want to, at some point in the day, you sleep, you rest, you let go, you release the mind. And one point of the day, you're up and about and you're being productive. This is the cycle of the moon. And the waning phase is a time where the thoughts hopefully become less. Your spiritual activity can become more abundant because you're not as outwardly active. It's also the perfect time to be offering ancestor rituals to ask for their blessings. Because what we'll do is peak on the new moon on May 28th. And this is where you definitely want to be offering your ancestor tarpanam, right? So ancestor offerings provide us an opportunity to connect with our ancestors, give them something they need in the form of this food substance, ask them for their blessings, and release them up to higher planes of the heavenly abodes. So new moons, perfect time for meditation, releasing unwanted anything in your life, just releasing particularly anything that you're thinking about, and then doing this ancestor offering to receive ancestor blessings. It's interesting to note that you might have thoughts that maybe feel not your own on the new moon. If it feels like a little bit of a kind of funky time for you, take note of that. That could be your ancestors. Then you definitely want to do some extra tarpanam, extra offerings. You can do it several times a day. You just want to make sure it's between the hours of sunrise and sunset. So the sun should be out when you do the offering. And then Fridays, Shreem Brzee Fridays every week. We have, 4 of them this month. And Fridays are always good for the goddess. They're goddess Fridays. Venus rules Fridays. Venus is the planet of material comforts and prosperity. Lakshmi is the overlord of Venus, and this allows us to connect with her. You can also take it to the next level and do your offerings or meditation or anything during what's called Venus Hora or Venus Hour, which happens several times a day. And on Fridays, it happens at sunrise wherever you are. Sunrise wherever you are. And then it'll happen midday and then again in the evening. But you will look at your Astrobed Hora watch and find out for sure. But definitely anywhere in the world, it is at sunrise on Fridays. Tip of the month, do a fantasy meditation. So Dr. Pillai gave this beautiful meditation a few weeks ago, which if you didn't watch it, please do. And he basically says, fantasize, be the fantasy of what you want to create is your meditation. And he said, it's not a boring meditation, it's a fun meditation. Because yes, if you're immersed in what it is you want to manifest, that is a fun meditation, right? Like you're just basically daydreaming and becoming so immersed in what you want to create that it becomes you. It is now vibrating in your consciousness. It is complete. It is done. You are already there. That is beautiful. It is engaging. It is exciting. The emotions that rise should be happiness and joy, fulfillment, positivity, all of those things. So that is such a beautiful meditation that you can do. And he said to do it every day. Sit for a few minutes every day. And then also chant Shreem Brzee, because then you'll be empowering this fantasy, this meditation with the mantra. Free events this month. Every Friday, we have group chanting on this channel. Then on May 1st, we're having a Shreem Brzee manifestation formula workshop. And then on May 29th, I'll do the June forecast, Powertime forecast. So 2 webinars and 4 chanting sessions. So lots of free stuff. And then our paid events, well, Powertime events, you receive the monthly Full Moon Fire Lab, plus a full moon meditation and a weekly Shreem Brzee pujas, or sound and light offerings, which is usually 4 in a month. So a really amazing thing we are doing there. We are going to be starting, hopefully, a new level of program. We did Shreem Brzee immersion, manifestation immersion a couple months ago, and it's still going on. It's going to end in May, and we will be offering something new, and I'll tell you more about that on the May 1st event, which is what we're getting to right now, the May 1st free Shreem Brzee workshop. I'll walk you through the formula, the 3-step approach to manifesting, clearing, creating, and accelerating, and how you can implement this in your life in small steps or going as far as you'd like to be able to manifest the Shreem Brzee. So please join me for that. It'll be very hands-on, very much what you can start to implement in your life right now to help you push forward. Now, remember, I said May is such an incredible time for this wealth consciousness. That's why we're teaching this program. We have the World Wealth Day. We have the full moon, full day retreat, all these things happening so that you can leverage the energy that is available to help propel you into the next stages of your practice of the Shreem Brzee blessings. So speaking of the 9-hour full moon retreat, this will help us to what Dr. Pillai calls subtleize the sound, really access the atomic power of Shreem Brzee. The more silent you get, the more still you get, the deeper your meditation, the more you're able to access that subtle power of Shreem Brzee. And we're going to spend a full day doing it. It'll start early Sunday morning US time, like 6:30 a.m. and it'll end in the evening. We'll be taking a 2-hour little break where Dr. Pillai will be doing a webinar, so I don't want to distract anyone from participating in that. That'll be free on his part. This is a paid program, and there's an early bird that ends on May 8th. So if you are interested, you'll definitely want to join by then. And this is totally remote, meaning you will be at the comfort of your own home. We are going to send you everything you need to prepare yourself, your space, your environment for participating in this from home. So I love it because, basically you just need to carve out a space where no one's going to bother you. We'll tell you what to do, what type of clothes to wear, making sure you're showered, what items to perhaps have around you to make you comfortable. All of that will be given to you. And then we will be on a live Zoom session for this entire time. So you'll be guided by meditations, exercises to do at home. We'll be starting with a ritual and ending with a ritual, kind of bookending the entire session with these powerful ceremonies. They'll be led by Priest Premraj. We'll be guiding you into the last thing you say out loud is Shreem Brzee, and then being in silence for that period of time, and then the last thing you say before ending will be Shreem Brzee to keep the energy locked in, and then see how you transform over this long period of deep meditation and experience. All right, so now would be a time for questions. Please ask them. Hi, so I'm seeing some notes that maybe that this isn't live. I hope so. Okay, folks, looks like we are live on Facebook, but not on YouTube. Sorry about that. Showed live on my end. And if I can get some questions sent, there's no questions yet. Okay, if you have questions, please post them and I will be seeing those. Sorry to our YouTube friends. Sometimes this happens. All right, so I'll just see if there is anything else, any other questions we can address. Looks like not so much. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and conclude. I'm just checking the stream. It shows it's connected. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened to YouTube. I did check. All right. Well, sorry for that. Thank you all for attending, and I hope that your May is incredibly powerful and useful for you. Like I said, this is the month, especially May. I mean, basically you have May 3rd, which is that amazing Akshay Tritiya power time, all the way through June 15th, which is when you which is when Sun then moves out of Taurus. So we've got extra special times throughout this whole month. So please utilize it. Please join us for our sessions. We have 3 free workshops in May. Plus we have weekly free chanting and meditation. So we definitely want you to be able to access all of that really great energy. Question is, do we need to pray for our wish to be chanted, or is chanting Shreem Brzee enough? Great question. If you know what you want to manifest, because not everybody does, it is a good idea to include that. And like I talked about with the fantasy meditation, to bring that in, because you want to emotionalize what it is you want to create, and you want to be really clear on what you want to create. So Clarity is creation. That's what Dr. Pillai teaches. When we are clear and we can, with faith, feel that it is possible, then we can manifest it. Okay, so yes, if you know what that is, think of it, fantasize, fill your emotions with it, fill your senses with it. It's one of the things we do in the full moon meditations, is to fill your senses with what it is you want to create. And what does that mean? See it, hear it, smell it, taste it, feel it with your touch, feel it emotionally. All of those things bring into fruition your desire. Okay, so that's manifesting your desire with your senses and with clarity. So as you're doing this, and when I mentioned the fantasy meditation, you're also getting really clear on what it looks like, what it feels like, how it feels to you to have it already be created. All of that is sensory. You're pulling that into your consciousness. You're mapping it into your mind. And then you're empowering it with Shreem Brzee. All of that, very important for the manifestation process, okay? That's if you know what you want. Absolutely do it. If you don't know what you want, then you would chant Shreem Brzee, because Lakshmi, the goddess of Shreem Brzee, gives us clarity, gives us direction, helps us with our goals, okay? So some people don't know what they want. They just think, they want a better life somehow. So then you would pray to Lakshmi to give you clarity. But when you're chanting throughout the day, more on autopilot, that does not need to be where you're focusing on your goals. Let's say you're multitasking. That's okay. Just continue to chant, or you're hearing Shreem Brzee in the background. But when you're sitting in meditation, you're giving it a little more time, a little more energy. That is where you do want to pull in the goal, pull in the desire, pull in your clarity on exactly what you'll be manifesting. Okay, hope that helps. Can we use different color lights when chanting? Absolutely. You can use different color lights. The colors for Lakshmi are pink and deep purple. There's a variety of other colors too. You can do lavender, gold, but specifically her colors are pink, gold, deep purple. And Dr. Pillai has talked about like light therapy and how light can impact the brain. So yes, you can definitely bring that into play. Any other questions? All right. So remember, big times to remember the fire labs. If you'd like to participate in those Wealth Powertime events for the full moon. And then for Akshaya Tritiya, or May 3rd, World Wealth Day, another time we'll be doing a fire lab. All right, folks, well, it was great to be here with you. Have a wonderful week. I hope you have an incredible May, and I will see you there. I'll see you on May 1st as we start the month with another workshop on how to use what it is and how to use the wealth manifestation formula. 3 steps. I'll see you soon. Namaste. Blessings to everyone.